Hey, what's up, y'all? Peace and love. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another late night video. So I should be in a fairly quiet spot. You guys let me know down below, if the audio is all right, if the audio is good, stuff like that. I really got to upgrade my phone, man. But anyways, it's great to see you guys. And tonight we're talking about being a soulful being, right? So I did just a tad bit of research before I, hit the record button. I wanted to look up some stuff, and really get into the zone before I came out here and started talking to y'all. But I was reading about the Vedas, right, which is just really ancient text and scriptures and stuff like that, if you want to use that word, but text, from the Hindu. And what we are is pure energy, right? We are souls. Right, this thing that we have inside of all of us, not just us men when it comes to semen retention, which I'm going to tie some of this into. So stick around, stay tuned, watch the video all the way through, man, okay? You don't want to miss this. And, I find it really powerful, because they try to demonize spirituality. They try to demonize, our chakras, even though these are real things, right? These are actual things that are in direct correlation to how we better our lives, how we get our own minds right, because everybody out here isn't on the same level as you. And not to say other people are dumb, they're stupid, they don't have any sense. Now, a lot of people do lack common sense, right? Let's just keep it real, let's be honest. But then again, not calling nobody dumb either. All right. So when we as a collective start to awaken to a certain level, we start to realize that we are the energy that resides inside the body and not just the body itself, right? Because this is just an avatar, right? The real me is within me, right? Actually inside of me. That's what makes me who I am. And that continues on forever up until a certain point, or at least it'll appear to be forever, right? It's a constant cycle of becoming a better version of yourself, right? Being better than you were in the past, right? Just better than you were the previous day. Every single day is constant growth, constant evolution. Now, not the kind of like what they tell us about, they teach us in school and all that. I remember it, and if you really think back and look at it, it's nonsense. All right, but that's the whole nother story, whole nother video. And when we start to awaken to our true nature, our true power, and what it means to just literally be a soul having a human experience, you'll notice that you had no real reason to feel so defeated. I mean, there are going to be days where you feel like that, man, but ultimately the goal of being a human is simply human being, right? You're just a human who's being. Now, you're more than that, and we are, that pure energy, right? We are that unconditional love, man, that that you guys tend to feel, man, when you get into a deep meditation, when you start to tap into yourself, right? I still meditate to this day. I did it last night, and I literally felt like my mind wasn't here anymore, right? I literally rose to a greater level, and these are actual paradigms that exist. And to some, it'll sound ridiculous. It won't sound like much. It'll maybe sound like something somebody else said. But just hear me out, man, really. Because you'll start to notice the patterns. You'll start to notice the reason why certain things happen, why they take place, And when you move through life with almost little to no judgment, I will say there are some things you should criticize, right? Because not everybody out here is doing good. Not all these governments out here in the world that people, idolize, they look up to, they think they got all the answers, man. That don't mean that they got the best, the best answers to give you in terms of, okay, well, look, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to ask the government, whoever, I'm going to ask the media, the news, whatever. How should I approach this or that, right? And they may give you something, just for an example, right? Okay, well, here, take this medication, take this way of thinking. Don't think for yourself. Don't think outside the box. Just believe everything we give you. Don't look into it. Don't do research. And for some people, man, they'll go down that path, and for some reason they think that they have their life together. They think that they know something, They think that it may be a know-it-all, right? And nobody likes a know-it-all, all right, guys? But to be humble, to really truly humble yourself, let's just all admit, man, that there is something we can learn. There is something that we can improve on. There is always room for growth, elevation, and there is always ultimately more than one way or path that you can go down to become your greatest self, your greatest version, your best version, whatever term you guys want to use, man. There's just so many of them, right? But for now, we'll just say to truly tap into your higher self. And now to relate this with semen retention for us men, right? It's kind of like two videos in one. So I hope you guys, are cool with this, man. But now tying all what I was just saying about the energy, building yourself up, this tied into semen retention, this energy, right? This ultimate just ball of pure light, pure unconditional love, and just pure true greatness, right? Because that's who you ultimately are, right? It already exists out there, which is why they say, man, you got to tap into specific frequencies, right? You got to tap into certain vibrations. So for any of you guys out there who are still on your semen retention journey, right? You guys can definitely attest to just the energy that you feel, the bliss that comes with this, right? It's not something that just, oh man, you just feel and then, boom. It's just something that I guess you could have maybe expected, or you could have, expected at some point to happen. But that's not the case, man. What the case is you are tapping in, you are building up literally, man, the essence of what you are from what you carry inside you. And that is the real you, right? That is that unconditional love. That is that pure light. Which is why when you get to a point on this journey, man, when you get up to the 100, I mean, there's guys out there who've gone 2-3 years, right? And it's incredible. Right? I hope to get to that level at some point. And I see I've done a retention for, well, it's about to be 5 years now after 2024 gets here. But for 4 years, man, I've had the ups and downs. It's been an on and off cycle, right? I'm just trying to remember for you guys, all right? But it's been on and off, right? I've had the relapses. I felt the bliss. I felt just the mental, I've had the mental grogginess, the fogginess that comes when you relapse. I've had all these things. I've experienced it all. Which is why, I mean, quite frankly, I'd like to say I'm qualified, man, to explain these things to people because I know what it's like. I know what it's like right now to go 30 days, have all this energy, and believe me, you can feel it. When you guys get to your first month, second month, for anybody who's new to it, trust me, you'll feel it. And even if not at these certain checkpoints, these certain markers, trust me, it'll happen. When it hits you, you'll know. Trust me, guys, or don't. You have to experience it for yourself either way. So just don't listen to any joker out here telling you otherwise. Because you'll be able to pinpoint and tell what's BS and what's not, man. But ultimately, do this journey for you, all right? But anyways, just the awareness that you start to develop, right? The self-awareness you start to develop on who you are, the things to look out for, and you'll start to come to certain conclusions about certain things in life, right? Like I was saying earlier, if I forgot to mention it, I apologize. But if I didn't, I'll say it again. It just makes you stand out, not just to others, man, but yourself. You make yourself stand out because now you're realizing and you're saying, okay, you know what? I understand why this is happening. This right here is the reason why this happened. This is the next step that I need to take. This is what I need to look out for. Because if not, I might end up falling in that same trap, right? And then I just won't get why. Then you'll start to get yourself depressed. You'll start to redevelop that anxiety. And I'm pretty sure even though we can heal and work on these things, they can always make their way back up to the surface. Which is why, calm yourself, man. Get your mind right. I'm telling you guys, meditate. Trust me, meditate. There is nothing more beneficial and more recreational that you could do other than meditation. That's the best way to self-medicate, other than being somebody who smokes weed or whatever. And I know some people say it's a drug, yada, yada, yada. it's a herb, man. It's something that literally grows outdoors, right? But that's another video. The point is when you start to recollect yourself, recollect your thoughts, start to really truly put in effort to build yourself up, to tap into these higher frequencies, to unlock your mind to other possible realities that exist out there that are more positive, that are more uplifting, right? Not something that's going to be detrimental to your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual well-being, right? And spiritual well-being is probably the worst one that you can damage, along with being tied in with the mental, right? Because everything stems from within here, right? Your reality is what you got going on from within, which is why we say, guys, mind over matter. When you get your mind right and you start to make changes, not just from on the outside, yes, that's important, but like I said, why you think it comes from inside? Why you think you guys are always in your mind, in your head, thinking about things, whether they're positive or negative? Because that's something that you got going on up here that you gotta get in order. You gotta clean out the nonsense, the BS, the madness, the chaos. Now you're always gonna see it on the outside, but that doesn't mean you have to let it affect you internally. Because if you're letting it affect you internally, now everything you see on the outside will be chaos. It'll be hectic. It'll just seem like it's the end of the world, right? And even though that's not something that's going to happen literally, from what it appears, it can be to you. And then you really don't want to let it affect you, man. Affect your decisions, affect your way of thinking, affect how you perceive the world to be. Because the world can be whatever you want it to be. You know, and that's only because it's a direct reflection from what you have going on in here, right, in your mind. So with that being said, guys, that is the end of this video that I had made for y'all tonight. Like I said, I wanted to do a little bit of research earlier before I came on here and started talking about this, because I am humble. I can admit I've been a fool many times, and about once a month, once a year, I'll call myself a fool, man, because there's always something newer that I keep learning about, right? And ultimately, in the end, I want to teach, man. I really want to do my part in these communities, really put the truth out, the real truth about what's going on, the things that are connected to this and that, and really just start syncing things together, man. So seriously, guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart, of course, for always supporting me, for always tapping in. Even if you guys don't drop the comments, even if you guys are going through whatever struggle, if you're still here supporting, I really do appreciate you, man. Seriously, you guys aren't giving enough credit. You guys make us who we are. You guys are the reason why, we're all on this level, right? And not just me above other people, not just above whoever you guys watch, above anybody, right? Excuse me. We're all in this together, man. So don't ever feel alone at times, man, because you're truly not. Just continue to move forward in life with an open mind and an open heart. And there's anything that you are trying to do, accomplish, become in the world, man, you can do it. You can do it, man. All right. So you guys be sure to get them likes up, man. Get them likes up. They don't cost y'all nothing. I promise you they don't. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about tonight's video, about everything I talked about, the Vedas, the energy, us being a soulful being, all that good stuff. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because we are so close to 500 subs. And then after that, we're on the road to 1K, and then we're just going to keep growing, man. So peace out, y'all. Much love.